I saw the YouTuber Hamza write this community post and I thought, yeah, what the hell, why not apply? Next thing you know, we're on a call together and I'm laying out the vision for him. Now, Hamza, like a lot of other content creators, have a really loyal audience, but they don't know how to turn that attention into money on the back end. And this is the important part, without coming off as super salesy. So then I was tasked with Mission Impossible. Can I monetize his courses without pitching the whole list? Basically, how do we maintain the good reputation you have that's loyal, trustworthy, wants to help your followers, but still ask for money in return and not piss off a bunch of people? Well, using this method, I'm gonna show you today, this is how Hamza went from making about $7,000 per month to about $20,000, $25,000 per month on autopilot, just selling his courses and only selling it to people who are really interested. Now, the cool part is he doesn't have to do anything. It's all set up, it's working for him nonstop, and his YouTube is just bringing more and more people to these offers, and only the right people are saying, I wanna see it. And all Hamza has to do is just make content. It sounds pretty easy, right? So you're wondering, what is the strategy? Well, I'm gonna share with you that in today's video. I'm gonna show you the landing page. I'm gonna show you the mysterious hand raiser emails that gets the right type of people into a buying frenzy. That way, you're not actually pitching the whole list. And if you stay to the end of this video, I'm even gonna show you how, if you're selling a course, how you can give yourself a raise every single week. And to top it all off, you can give yourself a raise without needing more people into your funnel. So you're wondering, this is probably too good to be true, and that's why I want you to stick around to the end of the video, because it's definitely not. Let's dive in. So to make this super simple, I love threes. I'm gonna break this down to 3 core pillars that you need to make this work. And the first one is a super high converting opt-in page that addresses a specific problem that your content talks about. And where does that opt-in page go? Well, it goes to a lead magnet that your content talks about. So let me explain how it all works. And if you're looking for similar results like Hamza, we gotta really slow down and look at the whole big picture first. So the big picture looks like this. First, you gotta create content that talks about a specific problem. But why are we doing this? Well, because we want to be driving traffic to the page, which gives away a valuable resource in exchange for people's email. And this valuable resource should be in direct correlation to your video. The video should be solving a part of the problem, but your freebie should be solving a lot of the whole problem. And then once you get people into your list, you just simply nurture them. But here's a problem though. If you're like me, or you're like most other creators, you might just create one opt-in page and you see some pretty good results, like 30 or 40 or 50%. You go online, you think, oh man, that's awesome. But then in my mind, as a marketer working for clients, I'm like, how can we make this better? So here's what you can do to address that. And this is gonna really help you prioritize what you need to do as a creator. Like, do you need to create more videos to get more traffic into your pages? Or do you go tinkering and tweaking and looking up different tips on opt-in page conversions? Well, this tip might really help you out. If you're completely strapped for time, I picked this tip up from my copy mentor, and that is when you publish a new opt-in page, you want to try and cover all bases by publishing 2 completely different landing pages. So you want to use different copy, different hooks, different design. The pages should be completely unrecognizable. And the reason why you want to do this, in my experience, bringing in over $15 million in client results, oftentimes it's a crazy idea that knocks out of the park. But most of the time, those crazy ideas just absolutely suck. So the strategy I like to run with is, okay, let's first run with the landing page that's safe, that we know it's probably gonna work, that uses proven templates and hooks. But then I also wanna test another landing page that's a complete crazy idea. It might not work, but it completely breaks the rules. And demonstrate, I'm not just pulling it out of my ass, take a look at these results. The first opt-in page we created was around 30-ish%. The second 2 that we split tested against each other was about 89 and 95% opt-in rate. So for every 100 people who went to the landing page, 95 people gave their email, which is completely unheard of. But yeah, enough patting my back. I'm here to help you out. All right, so you've got these 2 pages ready. You're ready to send them some emails. Is it as simple as that? Well, not necessarily, because we don't want to come off as salesy in the emails. Like, we don't want to completely be some bait and switch YouTuber, because our emails are too promotional. And we especially don't want to pitch the whole list who aren't really ready to see the pitch. So how do you do this? We're going to use something that I call a hand raiser email. And this is pillar 2. So let me explain what a hand raiser email is and how it works. All right, so they've come through a video, they've handed your email, you've given them their lead magnet, you then followed up with them a few times to consume the lead magnet, and showed some social proof, like you know what you're talking about, you're a credible authority, but you haven't actually sold. You're just telling them to go back to the lead magnet and you're just using some strategic proof. Then you might want to be teasing people in some future emails. So in these next few emails, in these tease emails, you kind of want to be bonding with them and showing that you understand their emotional pain and struggle. Like you've been there before, other people you've helped before have been in that same situation. And just dropping little hints that you've got something to help them out, but you're not actually pitching them right now. So for example, we use Hamza's struggle as being a tubby teenager who then went to the gym but had no clue what he was doing, and it took him a long time to hit the level of confidence and the physique that he wanted. But obviously we didn't complete the story, we left it at an open loop. Do you know, like cliffhangers in TV shows where they don't fully tell you right at the end of the show what's gonna happen? And this is where your hand raiser emails come in. So you're not actually asking them to buy, you're just asking them to learn more. Now, the reason why we're doing this is because if they can relate with your story and they're ready for change, that's important, they're ready for change, then they can click the link to then learn more, but they're still not gonna be able to buy. The language leading up to this email is, I'm not gonna pitch you, I need to make sure that you're ready for this. And the messaging when they first get that hand raiser email is not necessarily here's my thing, it's like I want to make sure that you're ready, so I don't want to present it right now. And this is the same psychology that you might do on a high ticket sales call. Like if someone asks you for the investment straight away, what would you tell them if you're a good closer? You would say, look, hey, I'm here to help you out, but I know that if you just look at the price, get sticker shock, walk away, then I wouldn't be able to serve you in the best way I can, and you still be doing the same thing that you're doing before this call. So is it cool if we, make sure this is right for you first and unpack that? Well, sure. That's the same sort of sales psychology that we're using in email though. And by doing this, you just lower everyone's guard. Like they know that you're not trying to make a quick sale. And of course, when you're leading through a story, through the invitation to get the hand raiser, people want to know the end of the story. So they're going to want to know from start to finish what happened, especially if they can see themselves in your position. But what goes in those emails and why they're so effective at selling? Well, let's figure out what the third pillar is, and that's all about permission-based email sequences. Let me tell you this painful story of how I figured out permission-based works so much better. I once blew 200 leads because I didn't really follow this method. So back in the day when I was testing lots of different marketing strategies, I would use two-step posts to then fill my Facebook group. And the reason why I did this was because I wanted to collect emails. So the strategy was like post some sexy post offering a free resource, and then follow up with people in the DMs to then ask them to join the group which has the resource, and you kind of get the picture, right? I thought just because people said, yes, I want the resource, I could just message them in the DM, explain the benefits, still have some good copy, and then say, here's a link that people would just go follow it. Turns out everyone really spat out the hook. I think out of 200 people, maybe 15 or 20 actually clicked the link and then went to the group and gave their email. So it was a bit of a bomb. I missed this massive opportunity. Even my mentor emailed being like, how'd that post go? And I was like, not that good. He's like, did you ask them if they wanted it? Because Facebook's a bit flaky and stuff. And he had a really good point. I'm like, okay, maybe next time we ask them, hey, benefit about this resource. And then he made me really rethink my strategy. I thought, okay, maybe let's sell the group and that the resource is in the group. And then I should invite them, hey, would you want to be a part of this? And just by asking people instead of just giving them the link, it improved conversions by a ton. And this is all because of permission. People don't like to be sold to. And the psychology behind this is that nobody likes to be hard, unsolicited pitched. But if they put their hand up, at least there's a better chance of the subconscious mind being open to it because they've said yes. And that's why if you've got a really loyal following, maybe you've got a list of a few thousand people, you've got some traffic behind you, and you're okay with not getting as many sales as possible, but you want to maintain that reputation, permission-based email sequences might be the way to go for you. So that's the why, but what goes in these emails? Well, because we got permission to pitch, we can do that, but we basically do a mini launch with a link leading to buy. But what goes in a launch? Well, typically there's three things I look for when I'm doing a launch. First, you need to set the agenda. Why should they get excited? Look, just like a Hollywood movie would do trailers, it's a pretty good idea to build some buzz before you actually give people an opportunity to buy. So to give you some direction in how to get started, here are some questions I can give you so then you can go journal and think about this yourself. And these are the exact questions that I would use in my email profits roadmap, so you're getting a little free gift from me. So what's a big idea that people can get around? What's going on in the world? Is there something current? Is there something completely new about what you do? Have you tried lots of other different solutions and maybe combine them all into your own new solution, like a new opportunity? And finally, do you have a story that nearly all your prospects can relate with? Think of these emails as one long tease. Like, you're not actually asking them to marry them, you're just like going on a date, maybe seducing things, escalating things. Point is, we're not gonna tell them how we're gonna help them. We're not gonna tell them all the modules, all the videos, all the templates and stuff. Don't do that. Modules, coaching, they're not fun. People just want the transformation, right? And the good phrase for this is sell the sizzle, not the steak. But to build excitement, make these emails compelling, and get people into a buying state, you need to also convince them that you're not full of shit. We're gonna need social proof to prove and back up what you're saying. Even if it's just a little bit, they already know, like, and trust you. You just need a little bit of proof to nudge people over the line. It can just be a simple screenshot. I've tested voice notes, that works really well. Video testimonials. And then leading up to that email where people can buy, you basically wanna find pieces of proof that line up with an objection that people might have. So let's say the objection is, I don't really know what to do when I get in the gym, or I don't really know what to do when I'm eating at home because I don't have a lot of money, I can't eat healthy. Well, then you can find videos of people who were just like you, who didn't have a lot of money, who weren't sure what to do in the gym, who weren't really savvy with nutrition. Those might be some good stories to include because other people can really relate with that. The last thing we need is a reason why to act now. But I absolutely hate fake urgency and scarcity. And if you're someone who's seen your inbox where they're like, oh, bullcrap reason, we had to reopen because of this reason, and then they extend the sale for another 3 days, and you absolutely hate that, give me the thumbs up, because I hate that too. So you don't want to be that type of marketer, but you still want to use the power of urgency and scarcity. What can you do? So it's not going to be as powerful as a real live launch with a hard deadline. You can put some real reasons behind it. Everyone knows this is an email automation sequence. They're not dumb. So then I'm gonna tag Julian's entered the hand raising sequence on August 1st. Then when we get to the pitch emails, I'm gonna say, hey, I like to reward action takers for doing this. And I will structure the email say something like this, like, I like to reward action takers who wanna put all that bad crap behind them. And if you decide to invest in the next few days, simply email me your receipt and I'll give you this really sexy bonus. And obviously the bonus needs to be really good because you want to get people to buy within 3 days. You've given them a fair deadline, you've given them a reason why, and then when someone does reply asking, hey, can I get that bonus? All you got to do is look at the tag and then look at when they purchased it and see if the dates match up. Right now, I don't have this fully automated yet. You've got to go check it yourself, but if you don't have urgency and scarcity in place, then you won't have this powerful persuasion trigger. So if you want it, just set this up. If you're keen to improve your conversions without having to do a full live launch, this will probably be the best way to do it. But this is how we're taking things to the next level with Hamza. Do you remember at the start of the video where I said, if you sell courses and you want to give yourself a raise every single week without having to need to put more people into the funnel, this tip is going to be an absolute game changer for you. Now, this bonus pillar is going to help make your sales page an absolute conversion beast. Now, obviously you're going to need a computer to do this because what we're going to be doing is we're always going to be split testing. Once you've got the emails and the traffic flowing from the page, they're predisposed to buy, this is where the fun really starts. Because split testing, where you test one variable against another variable, is giving yourself a free raise. So think about the power of split testing, right? If you can put one headline head to head with another headline, and 1 week you confirm, oh, this headline worked better, let's use this one. So then you make that one the primary headline. The following week, then you might want to test something else, but the idea completely bombs. So then you say to yourself, okay, so I learned that this idea doesn't work, let's try a different idea. Let's put something else head to head. Week after a full year, can you imagine what sort of a beast your sales page would be if you were testing things like the sales page, the order page, the close down the bottom? Whoa, Jules, what did you say? Order page? Why would you test that? Hey, this is the page that no one ever tests. And I had some fun with Hamza's order page because here's a dirty little secret. A lot of the traffic is gonna actually click the link on your sales page, but they're not actually gonna go buy. They're all gonna land on the order page where the credit card information is. And for most people, it's just a template that they've been given from the funnel software. So why wouldn't you make your order page like a persuasive sales page? And I tested a bunch of different stuff with Hamza. Should we use photo testimonials or should we use written testimonials? Do we put them at the top or do we put them at the side? Do we want to use long teaser copy or do I want to use short teaser copy? Do I want to put the guarantee at the very top or down the bottom? Do I want to make the credit card information visible, or do they have to click a button to then see it? Over about a month or so of testing, we more than doubled his order page conversion. And these are the simple tests that you can run with your order page and sales page. This is a bit of a longer video, so let me recap everything that's just gone down. First, you need the high converting opt-in page and lead magnet. Second, you need hand raiser emails. These are the emails where you get permission to pitch people. Third, you need the sequence, which is almost like a mini launch, and you need all the components of a launch. And then the bonus pillar is to always be split testing, give yourself a mini race. If you found this video valuable, you want to find out more profit levers you can activate as a creator in your email list, in your business, make sure you check out this video over here that I made all about ChatGPT prompts that just will ignite your business.